Britain is counting its swans, well, the swans belonging to King Charles to be exact. And the annual medieval tradition of counting swans on the River Thames is well back. Now, the count, known as Swan Upping, is a royal census of the birds on the river dating back to the 12th century, which aims to give an insight into their population. The count is carried out every July by a crew of swan uppers who are dressed in a traditional scarlet uniform and travel along the river in rowing boats, counting for 5 days.
It's called Swan Upping because we go up the river and we up the swans out of the water. The tradition has been going on since the 12th century, many hundreds of years ago, as you can appreciate. But today, it's all about conservation and education.
Now, during the count, the King's Swan Marker is tasked with tracking the number of young swans to ensure the swan population is maintained. Now, only 86 young swans were found in 2024. Now, that is a 45% decline in 2 years. Now, as part of the event, the swans are weighed and measured to check growth rates and check young and adult swans for any sign of disease or injury. The Swan Marker will then produce an annual report with the results.
We will measure them, weigh them and check them for any injuries, and that is one of the most important things we do because we have a lot of injuries from fishing tackle problems, and then they're placed back in the water.
Now, Swan Upping dates back to when the Crown claimed ownership of all mute swans, which were considered an important food for banquets and feasts. Birds are no longer eaten and are now protected species. However, the Crown retains the right of ownership. The King mainly exercises this right on stretches of the River Thames, and ownership is shared with the vintners and dyers livery companies who were granted rights of ownership by the Crown in the 15th century.